Hey there, KlicKNettars. My name is Kwame Alexander, and we're live on Saturday, February 25th, 2023. It's 8:10 right now, and welcome to Wkly Hit List. We're live at ikwame.com studios on 144 Studios in New York City. And with all that being said, let's get into the blog. In other words, you know it as KlicKNet. So the Wkly Hit List is back from hiatus again. The reason for it is that my crew and I were celebrating somebody's. Sorry, I'm saying that the reason we were off last week was because we were celebrating somebody's 27th birthday. Yeah, and I hear that their names start with K and ends with an Xander. Oh my gosh. It just occurred to me while I wrote this. It just occurred to me while I wrote this piece that we're gonna be off next Saturday, March 4th, and that's because so we can watch the 2023 Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards live and also live tweet during the show. And here's a quick breaking news. Senior correspondent Kwame Alexander might do a special FTV 60 on YouTube shorts discussing all the winners from the KCAs. So KlicKNettars, you better stay glued to your screen and find out what happens. everyone had better stay glued right now because an all new where is it? Oh, there it is. An all new 7-day wonder has arrived and it's coming right up. So let's recap. On last Saturday, 76ers player Mac McClung dominates field to win the NBA Slam Dunk contest during the All-Star weekend in Utah. Last Sunday, Marvel Studios' Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania flies to a $225.3 million worldwide box office opening. On this past Monday, Big Hero 6 inspired San Francisco Square opening in summer 2023 at Disney California Adventure. Here's something interesting. Last Tuesday, Jacques Vaughn agrees to multi-year contract extension as head coach of the Brooklyn Nets. Well, it's just nice to see that someone from the Brooklyn Nets decided to get an extension. Anyway, on Wednesday, NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg urges China not to back Russia's invasion in Ukraine. Last Thursday, during a quarterly earnings call, Warner Bros. Discovery posted a streaming loss of $217 million and just 96 hits for subscribers on HBO Max. And last but not least, on Friday, you can see it, Warner Brothers files lawsuit against Paramount Global over the streaming rights for South Park. It's a real funny show. Alright, folks, for more of these stories, it's time for a little closer look. So here's what we found about Mac McClung dominating the field to win the NBA Slam Dunk contest. You can find out more on ESPN.com. Alright, moving on. From Deadline, you gotta avoid these. So from Deadline Hollywood, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania flies to $225.3 million worldwide opening amid softness in Asia Pacific and other places for the international box office. And if you haven't heard about the latest news about the movie's performance at the box office, you can go right now to Deadline.com. From USA Today is the article about San Francisco, the refilming of, basically it used to be Pacific Wharf at Disney California Adventure, but now it's a retheme to San Francisco Place from Big Hero 6. You see the headlines. Is San Francisco a real place? It will be this summer at Disneyland. As you can see, Eve Chen from USA Today was able to explain a little bit about San Francisco. It's taking shape at Disneyland, and we're getting a better idea of what to expect from the new area inspired by Big Hero 6. And according to this detail, it says that San Francisco. Wait, it's square, not place. I thought it was San Francisco Place, but it's San Francisco Square. I mean, that name works too. Now, the square will transport you to not too distant future in a fictional mashup of two iconic cities, San Francisco and Tokyo. This comes from Disneyland Public Relations Director Kelsey Lynch and posted on the Disney Parks blog. As the tech, it continues with, as the tech industry began to emerge, and local fishing trade fell on hard times, entrepreneurs came together to reinvent the seaside Canaries into a vibrant, multicultural district of neighborhood restaurants and small businesses where you'll be able to eat and shop. Now, if you can also see right there that the new area was first announced at D23 Expo last year, and we covered it live in a 3-day weekend event of FakeTV Box. And the new era will be a part of Disneyland's celebration of 100 years of Disneyland. I mean, Disney. I can't take that back. So I'm going to do it again. I meant to say that the new era will open this summer in celebration of the Walt Disney Company's 100 years. That sounds better. Okay, moving on. Oh, you can't see this. From Bleacher Report, ignore all the scores up top. Jock Farm and the Nets agreed to new contract after the trades of Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. According to this, trying to find. Well, I was trying to see how long is the deal, but I was trying to show it. But inside reports say that the deal could last until the 2026-2027 season of the NBA. Next up, from AP News, NATO chief sees some signs that China could back the Russia invasion of Ukraine. So NATO's chief said Wednesday that the military alliance has seen some signs that China may be planning to support Russia in its war in Ukraine, and strongly urged Beijing to decide from what would be a violation of international law. This was an interview between the Associated Press and NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg. Next up, from The Hollywood Reporter, Warner Bros. Discovery posts a loss of $217 million in streaming and hits of 96 million subscribers. The company disclosed earnings of $11 billion and a loss of $2.1 billion. The loss was most due to continued reconstruction charges and write-downs tied to the merger of Warner Bros. And Discovery. Now that makes perfect sense. Okay, and finally, another news about Warner Bros. Discovery. Warner Bros. Discovery files lawsuit against Paramount over South Park streaming rights. In a real case, Warner Bros. Discovery is trying to add content to HBO Max, and that's why they filed the lawsuit against Paramount Global. It was filed yesterday in the New York State Supreme Court, and according to documents obtained by the IndieWire, and also targets Paramount's MTV Entertainment Studios and South Park's digital studios. So you can find this on Yahoo Entertainment. Alright, that's it for the headlines. Next up, it's the sneak peek of the week. Now, we've been keeping a close eye on the construction process of Universal's Epic Universe in Orlando, Florida, and we've been waiting for the right time to do a fake TV box episode on it as well. Oh, and by the way, we have our next new episodes of fake TV box planned out, with all of it leading up to the 100th episode. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. I mean, that big event, however, it's not going to be a live stream anymore, but will be instead a 1-hour special looking back at some of the best moments that we had on Fake TV Box. I mean, we have had some of the best moments on that show since 2021. Anyway, moving back to what I was saying about Epic Universe, there's been some new progress on some of the roller coasters being built for the park, and when it opens in the summer of 2025, park goers will get to ride all of them. So let's see what theme park Stop found for us in the latest sneak peek of the week. So let me share screen again. and you're about to watch this mega update, and it says it all.
With just over 2 years left until the expected opening of Universal's Epic Universe, the changes and progress seem to be happening too fast to keep up with. Roller coasters are seeing their entire circuits completed, themed elements are being installed, and several more buildings are being enclosed, hiding their secrets inside. Let's check in on all of the incredible progress around Epic Universe in today's news update. Universal's Epic Universe is set to open by summer 2025 and is being constructed 2 miles south of the current Universal Orlando Resort. Despite the incredible rate of progress, the park is still not expected to open prior to 2025, and an opening timeframe will be dependent on other factors, like when roadwork and other infrastructure projects that are needed to support the park are completed. We're starting today's update on a section of the How to Train Your Dragon land that we've been keeping an eye on for several months now. The theming on the outside of both statues stationed at the entrance to this land is being installed. These theming chips, as they're called, are pre-formed mesh sections that are attached onto the already installed frame skeleton. Like a 3D puzzle, these chips will form the shape of the statues, but will later be covered and painted for their finished look. These 2 statues will be the first things that greet visitors entering the How to Train Your Dragon area, and can be seen directly in front of the land's portal entrance. They were expected to look like the statues seen at the beginning of the 3rd film, and it appears that they are. The statue on the left is of a Viking, and the one on the right is a dragon, showing how at this point in the stories they were living together in harmony. These massive statues are situated within a large lagoon, so they will appear to be in water, just as they are in the film. Permits filed with the county say that natural gas lines were installed, leading to the statues for a flame effect. Track for the launched roller coaster that runs through this section of the land continues to be installed. What appears to be an overbanked turn where the coaster will head below the water level of the lagoon has been installed. It looks like a lot of the track sections around this area of the ride feature banked turns. What may be the ride's second launch is installed and wrapped in plastic to protect the track during construction. According to earlier plans, a structure with decorative rockwork may be set to be built around this section of the ride, with the kids' play area set in front of it. The roller coaster is expected to feature a dual load station, and you can see where the track forks into 2 paths coming into the station here. Near the roller coaster's entrance area and station, the land's central restaurant continues to take shape. Expected to be themed as the Great Hall, the massive columns from the main dining room can be seen as the first wall for this structure is being raised into place behind them. The land's other restaurant, an outdoor quick service location, has seemingly appeared out of nowhere. Zooming in, we can even see the food service windows where guests will order and pick up their food. Seating for this dining location will be in front of it along the water of the land's boat ride, which the land is being excavated for now.
Wow.
And a section of the theater building has been enclosed since we last checked in. The section of the building where the main theater itself will be housed has not. Over at the Universal Monsters area, the land's family spinning roller coaster appears to have had its last track pieces installed, completing the circuit. The rest of this barn-like structure has sprung up since our last update.
Wow.
This barn-themed building was built around what may be a swing launch for this spinning roller coaster. Amusement Insider has created a POV visualization of what this coaster may be like once completed. You can check out the full video on their channel linked below, but as you can see here, it is possible that this section of the ride will feature launches both forward and backward through some sort of themed scene inside the barn. The other sections of track after the possible swing launch feature banked turns while remaining mostly low to the ground. This may help to obscure views of the coaster from the land's entrance. See our last video for more details and rumors for this unique family roller coaster. Nearby, a new section of the windmill-themed dining location has been added to the front of the structure. These sections of the building are covered with a weatherproofing material, so it's possible that they may be covered with dirt to create a hill that the windmill will appear to be sitting on. Before we leave the Universal Monsters area, Here is a ground-level view of the land's main attraction. Here we can see just how much taller the central tower is compared to the rest of the ride's main entry facade. Over at the Wizarding World area of the park, framing for the entry arch at the land's entrance is in place. This arch is expected to be themed as the Porte Saint-Denis Arch in Paris. It's hard to convey in photos, especially zoomed in images like these, but it appears that the arch structure, as well as the buildings within this Wizarding France area, are being built at nearly full scale, which should make for an impressive theme park land. Facades for all of the structures up and down the streets of Wizarding France are making quick progress, including the ones outside of the theater attraction, which have received new framing since our last update. Arches can even be seen along the bottom of this area. There is one area that has not yet received its facades, located at the top right section of the land. This is where the canceled attraction has been removed from the plans. What may be an entrance without a ride building is being constructed, and the area has been prepped to receive additional city facades along this section of the land, but there is currently not a plan to build a building behind them. The area's main attraction, hidden behind the theater and the city street facades on the left side of the land, is almost entirely enclosed. The portal entry into Super Nintendo World continues to take shape. An enclosed warp pipe section of the entry portal is currently getting covered in electrical conduit. This may be for a possible LED light show along the walls inside of this entry pipe, similar to the recently opened land in Universal Studios Hollywood. Unlike the land in Hollywood, rumor has it that Epic Universe's entry tunnel will be getting an escalator that will take us from the ground level of the park's hub up to the second level of Super Nintendo World. That way we can enter the land the same way that guests enter in Universal Studios Japan. An escalator has not yet been installed, but earlier photos of this area show a dead end at the end of the portal pipe on the lower level, which may be where the escalator will be installed. A walkway along the right side of the entry pipe may lead to an elevator for guests who cannot use an escalator. The framing for Peach's castle on the second level is in place, which is where we expect to emerge from into the land. The stairs leading down into the courtyard in front of the castle entry are in place as well. Stairs on the other side of the courtyard leading back up to the Mario Kart ride area can be seen. And in between these sets of stairs, we can see what will be the future entrance to the mushroom-shaped Toadstool Cafe. Zooming out, we can see the Yoshi ride track and Mount Beanpole framing. And behind this ride is the Donkey Kong coaster area. Outside of this land, the retail location we believe will feature Nintendo merchandise is now fully enclosed. To the right of this retail location are restrooms, which are also being enclosed, and to the right of them is a pizza quick service location that is just starting to be enclosed. Near the front of the park, the two entry area structures have made great progress in recent weeks. This structure on the left is expected to contain the park's largest gift shop. The structure on the right is thought to house guest services, as well as things like wheelchair and stroller rentals, lockers, and more. The basement level for the round flat ride at the center of Epic Universe has now been fully enclosed, only leaving an opening in the center for what permits have called a ride pit. It is still not known what type of ride this will be, but many believe it will be a covered carousel or another spinner ride of some sort. While we had been watching track being installed for the front part of the massive dueling roller coaster attached to the park's hub, track is now starting to be installed in other areas of the ride as well. We talked about the spider web of support sprouting up for the latter section of the ride in prior
So many
updates.
of them.
But now sections of
Look
the
at that.
track for a dueling top hat have been installed. This top hat section is located directly after the ride's first launch. The track colors start as black within the attraction's launch tunnel, but then switch to their golden color scheme as you exit the inside section and start up the top hat. This ground level view gives you an idea of just how much is going on at the construction site. We can see the How to Train Your Dragon coaster track in the foreground, then the tall top hat of the hub coaster, and the city street facades of the Wizarding World in the background. The top hat is not expected to be the tallest section of the hub coaster, which is rumored to be named Starfall Racers and manufactured by Mock Rides. A section that comes after the ride's second launch, rumored to be nicknamed the Celestial Spin, will be taller. This will be a patented barrel roll where the two tracks wrap around one another. Estimates put the top hat at around 120 feet tall, while the Celestial Spin move may be over 140 feet off the ground.
Wow.
Although these are only guesses and actual heights may vary, but the coaster has been rumored to be under 150 feet in general. Zooming way out, all the way across the street from the park, we'll end today's update with a look at the Project 912 Hotel. Unlike the hotel at the back of the park, major construction on this one is nearly complete, with most of...
You know what? Let's not talk about that. We just wanted to talk about the roller coasters at Universal's Epic Universe. But thank you so much for that theme park stop. All right, folks. It's time now for the Inside Scoop. Our Inside Scoop this week, well, you gotta let the logo speak for itself. And I took the liberty of calling this episode of Wkly Hit List the trio of Avengers 5 rumors. So, our Inside Scoop this week is about, you guessed it, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, specifically Phase 5 and Phase 6, which, along with the heavily criticized Phase 4, make up the Multiverse Saga. And there have been many rumors about how the Multiverse Saga will end with Marvel Studios' Avengers Secret Wars being the last chapter of this 5 or 6 years long journey. If you haven't seen Marvel Studios' Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, then don't hear any spoilers, because you gotta see it. And please do ignore all the critics and what's happening with the box office right now, because those who hate it because this movie proves... Oh no, I messed it up. I was saying ignore all the critics who hate it. And that's because this movie proved, when my crew and I saw it last week, when we were celebrating somebody's birthday, we realized that it proved itself to be very important to the Multiverse Saga. In fact, it sets up the Avengers' upcoming battle with Kang, or perhaps the entire Kang Dynasty, coming to theaters in 2025. So, here are 3 interesting rumors that I dug up on Twitter in the past couple of weeks, which, if proven to be true, they could bring us one of the greatest Marvel Studio movies of all time. Now, I'm not sure if we discussed this first rumor on our blog before, but either way, it will be interesting to all viewers when they hear it again, or for the first time now. You see, a while back, Avengers the Kang Dynasty, well, we heard that Avengers the Kang Dynasty might be the start of this huge Avengers trilogy, and coupled with Avengers Secret Wars that would be split into 2 movies. And Phase 7 might be included into the multiverse saga in order for the conclusion to have the right quality. And this comes from a subreddit that does some great message boards and group chats for fans of Marvel Studios. Now, I don't have time for these sort of things because you'll often find me tweeting on Twitter or Instagramming on Instagram. Yes, I just made up the word Instagramming. My crew found this rumor about a trilogy to be interesting, and for me, in my own opinion, it would be very cool to see the multiverse saga wrap up in a 3-part event in 2025, 2026, and maybe in 2027, similar to the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit movies. Now, since most studios plans on delaying some projects in Phase 5, they'll at least have some wiggle room with the final cuts of their plans. Now, the second rumor about Avengers the Kang Dynasty that I like to talk about is the plan to have Tom Holland as the lead role of the movie, playing, yep, you guessed it, Spider-Man. Well, look, we all know what happened to Peter Parker in Spider-Man No Way Home. I mean, the whole Earth has no memory of him. No memory of him at all. And they only know that Spider-Man exists. Peter made a choice to let everyone forget who he is for the greater good of the multiverse, the multiverse, which he nearly screwed up. So it would make sense for him to show up again in the Kang Dynasty right before Spider-Man 4. And I believe this rumor to be true because, one, we all like to know what Peter's been up to since No Way Home, and 2, he's now an expert on all things multiverse after meeting his own variants and villains from past Spider-Man movies. And when he goes up against Kane on his own, it could be like how we saw Iron Man going up against Thanos in Avengers Infinity War. And let's hope Peter's still in one piece after that encounter. Okay, finally, the third and final rumor It's about the lineup for the new team of Avengers. There are so many possibilities behind this one, and we might like what we found. So you KlicKNettars might like what you hear in amount of moments. Well, it says here that people are suggesting that Sam Wilson, aka the new Captain America, Shuri, aka the new Black Panther, and Shang-Chi are set to lead the team of Avengers. This could be, I can picture this as the new Big Three. I mean, just look at them. This is why I like. No, I like working with Shinra because it's like you. If you're watching this, you have the illusion that I'm looking at the box right next to me. Yeah. Oh, got the way. Yeah, so this could be the new Big Three of the MCU, and one that could replace Iron Man, Steve Rogers, Captain America, and Thor. I mean, I was hoping it would be Captain Marvel, Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther, and Doctor Strange. But this is kind of better. So I can almost picture Sam, Shuri, and Shang-Chi, the three S's, on the big screen right now. I can see them right now facing off against Kang. Oh God. Oh my. Oh God. I can't look anymore. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. I stared too long. Sorry. But more importantly, I can imagine them leading the Avengers into battle. Yeah. And also having the help of Namor, whom Kang Dynasty writer Jeff Loveness confirmed would be in the movie as well. So, all in all, this is some pretty cool stuff. Even just as exciting as rumor about Jonathan Majors possibly showing up in the Fantastic Four and the sequel to Shang-Chi. I mean, this would make Kang as the only MCU big bad, or Avenger level fight as they call it, besides Loki, to have more appearances in the franchise than Ultron and Thanos. I mean, above all, I just want to say that Avengers: The Kang Dynasty will be, in my own opinion, be more dramatic than Infinity War, and can serve as the perfect lead-in for Avengers: Secret Wars in 2026. And I just wonder where it'll all be when that movie hits theaters. Alright, moving on to now the celebrity of the week. So, our celebrity of the week is Martindale, born on July 18th, 1951. She starred in Hannah Montana, the movie, and Cars 3. And get this, she currently stars in Cocaine Bear. Yeah, that's why I said it. Cocaine Bear, directed by Elizabeth Banks. Now it's amazing what they put on the big screen these days. Alright, so that's our show. But a quick reminder to catch up on the latest episodes of FakeTV Box with Kwame Alexander on KlicKNet. It's finally a channel. And don't forget to like, comment, and share everything on KlicKNet. Give your support by hitting the subscribe button down below. Oh, by the way, you can subscribe on YouTube. But I forgot to mention that we've been doing this live stream on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. So you can catch us on Facebook at, I think, Facebook/KlicKNet.com. I think search KlicKNet and you find an orange logo on Facebook. And you can do it on Twitter too. Okay, so with all that being said, it was nice chatting with you guys tonight and telling you all the news. So, I hope to see you guys March 11th for another new episode of Wkly Hit List. Have a great night.